Remember that boss fight? The one that felt like chipping away at a mountain with a toothpick? The hulking beast stood there, soaking up your attacks, occasionally swinging a predictable club. The only challenge was staying awake long enough to deplete its colossal health bar. We have all played that boss. And frankly, it is a boring and missed opportunity. A great boss battle is more than just a bigger, stronger version of a regular enemy. A final exam, a dramatic climax, a memorable event. It's a story told through action, a puzzle solved under pressure. As a new game creator, the idea of designing such a pivotal moment can feel incredibly daunting. A task reserved for seasoned veterans with massive teams and budgets. But this is a misconception. The core of a thrilling boss encounter does not come from complex code or hyper-realistic graphics. It comes from thoughtful design, a clear concept, and a focus on the player's experience. You do not need 100 different attacks or a multi-stage cinematic masterpiece. You just need a few simple, interlocking ideas executed with care. Forget the boring, damage sponge bosses of yesteryear. This guide is your map to moving beyond that static, uninspired formula. We will break down the essential steps to design a boss battle that is dynamic, engaging, and most importantly, fun. We will explore how to build from a simple story concept, choose a core mechanic that defines the fight, and structure the encounter to create a satisfying flow of tension and release. You will learn that a few clever tricks in pacing and player feedback can transform a repetitive slog into an exhilarating dance of skill and strategy. You already have the tools to make something great. The goal here is not to create the hardest boss in gaming history, but to create the right boss for your game. It is about crafting an experience that feels earned, a challenge that respects the player's intelligence, and a victory that feels genuinely rewarding. Whether you are building a pixel art platformer or a first-person adventure, these principles will help you design a boss that serves as a true highlight of your game. So, let's leave the boring bosses behind and start building something unforgettable today. One simple step at a time. The path to an epic boss fight is shorter than you think. Every memorable boss battle begins not with code, but with a question. Who is this boss, and why are we fighting them? Before you design a single attack pattern, you must establish a clear, simple concept. This foundational story becomes your North Star. Something like, a greedy, treasure-hoarding dragon has stolen the village's sacred gem. That gives you purpose and ideas. Greed can inform attacks, Ulurkala, breathing fire to protect its gold pile, swiping at players who get too close to the treasure. Once the concept is locked, select the central mechanic. One unique rule makes the fight feel distinct. Avoid dozens of complicated ideas. Focus on one strong mechanic. For our dragon, scales are impenetrable. A soft underbelly is briefly exposed after a massive telegraphed fire attack. That creates the player objective. Bait the big attack. Dodge it. Strike the weak point. With that, design the basic moveset. These moves should support the central mechanic. Tail swipe. Claw attack. Each move must be clearly telegraphed with visual or audio cues. Finally, the arena matters. Piles of gold players can hide behind. Those piles can be destroyed over time. Raised ledges for angles. Hazardous pools of molten gold. The arena should force positioning choices, not only attacking. A boss fight should feel like a dramatic performance with its own rhythm and flow. This is where pacing comes in. You must intentionally design the ebb and flow of intensity to keep the player engaged, without overwhelming them. A relentless onslaught of attacks will only lead to frustration. Too much downtime will make the fight feel boring. The key is to create a cycle, a period of high tension, where the boss executes a dangerous combo, followed by a brief window where the player can safely attack or heal. This call and response pattern is the heartbeat of a good boss fight. Crucial to this dance is clear and satisfying player feedback. The player needs to understand consequences of their actions at all times. When they hit the boss's weak point, it must feel impactful. Use a combination of visual and audio feedback. Bright flashes, particle bursts, sharp clang, pained roar, slight screen shake. Likewise, when the boss is about to unleash a powerful move, the telegraphing must be unmistakable. A change in stance, a glowing aura, a unique sound cue. To build tension and showcase progression, structure your fight into distinct phases. Typically, reaching a certain health threshold triggers a phase change. Phase 1. Introduce basic moveset and core mechanic. When the boss's health drops to 66%, Phase 2 begins. Become more aggressive, attacks get faster, introduce one new move. For our dragon, its fire breath now leaves damaging flames on the ground. The final phase is the climax. Triggered at the last third of health, this is where you pull out all the stops. Music swells, boss enters an enraged state, pacing becomes faster and more desperate. The dragon combines attacks into more complex patterns. The weak spot window shortens, demanding greater precision. You have designed the concept, the mechanics, the phases. Now comes the most critical step, testing and tuning. A boss fight that exists only on paper is guaranteed to be flawed. You must play it yourself, over and over, but more importantly, watch other people play it. No hints. Observe where they struggle. Are they getting hit by an attack you thought was telegraphed? Is the weak point window too short? Is there a cheese that breaks the fight? These playtests are your source of truth. Based on observations, begin tuning. Make small, incremental changes. If it's too hard, don't just slash health. Try nuanced adjustments. Slightly increase weak spot exposure. Add a half-second longer tell. Add more health pickups in the arena. If it's too easy, slightly decrease player damage, shorten lulls between patterns, speed up one projectile, isolate one variable, change it, test again. This iterative cycle yields balance. What happens after the final blow lands? A great boss fight must end with a great reward. The payoff must feel proportional. Give a powerful new weapon or ability, reveal a crucial story piece in a cinematic, grant access to a new area, shower the player with valuable loot. Victory should feel definitive and celebratory. Don't underestimate presentation. Add a clear start and end to frame the encounter. Use an introductory cutscene, a dramatic musical shift, or a formal boss health bar appearing on screen. The boss's defeat should be a spectacle. Show a grand death animation, a final line of dialogue, a transition to calmer, triumphant music. These final flourishes make the fight a cinematic peak. Now, go build your boss.